Hey everybody, welcome back to Mrs. Rattlecan's house. We are almost live, and this is the week in review number 40, because I've lost count. You might want to note that clean out area right there. We will reference that later. That's down here in the crawl space. So anyways, let's kind of show you what's going on in the rest of the house. It's going to get real dark here for a second. We got stuff. We're starting to move stuff in. Big heavy stuff. That's what we did last week when we had children over. Big, tall, 6 foot plus children came in for daughter's graduation. So last weekend was somewhat of a bust on getting things done. But things that were words are hard. Things that are getting done. Mrs. Rattlecan has painted the breakfast nook. She has also selected a different set of globes. One that helps to tie in the red of the clock and the red of the table that will go there. That's currently not there. Not much has happened in here other than cabinets. Adjusting is going on. There's going to be a lot of, I just call it chip repair, because even though we follow the directions from the paint supplier for the paint that goes over the Formica, we washed it down with the correct strength of TSP. We sanded it with the correct grit of sandpaper. We primed it as directed. We put 2, in some cases 3 and 4 coats on, depending on which door and drawer it has been. And it doesn't take much to rub into one and get a big ding. So anyways, I guess I could. Some of these, I don't really remember how easy they came out, or if they did come out very easy at all. This is the drawer that has had the height taken off of it. This is the drawer that we have had to shorten. So it's at least functional, so you can put something small in there. And then they still need to be adjusted a bit. I am not a cabinet guy, so this is all learn as you go. There has been furniture moving in. I still have to go up into the attic and do this mess. Furniture arrived today from the, I don't know, the furniture place, I guess. The floors seem to be doing okay. If I find that I am a lot less critical of them if I just don't look at them. More furniture coming in today. Somebody didn't want a bed, they wanted a futon. Whatever. This is an ongoing project here. These are the doors that go in the closet. The problem is every single one of these has at least one hole that is wallowed out. So we have had to put little pieces of wood in there and glue them in there so that we can then go back and put our hangers on and get our hangers back into the closet. So the big pain and the tuchus that's going on right now is still this. I have fixed the problem with this part. Because as we know, there is an overflow. Hang on. there's an overflow right here, and there's a channel that runs on the back side of this and drains down into a hole here. Well, the problem with the stock, whatever you call that, plunger assembly, or the stem, or I don't know, I really don't know what you call it. The problem is it was too tall. So when we had this screwed all the way down, the hole that this drains into was hanging down too low and it was leaking. So I did a very Rattlecan thing. I took that plastic stem out, I took it to the shop, and I took it to the belt sander. And I took off, probably ended up maybe 3/8 of an inch I took off of it. Before that hole kind of disappeared up into the bowl, and now we've got that going and everything is okay. This is still a pain, this drain back here. Still don't have any resolution on that, and I thought I would draw a diagram. Remember that valve that I showed you, that clean out valve downstairs at the beginning of the video? Well, this is if you're standing on the other side of it. Here's what I think is going on. This leads to the sewer here, and if you trace it back up, here's this clean out valve, which works great if you're trying to clear a clog downstream, but it doesn't do anything for you going upstream. We go upstream, and there's a four-way is what I'm calling it. One end of it goes to a bathtub. The other end goes to a shower. The one that is going up is what I believe to be the vent. There's a galvanized vent pipe up above the shower. And so that's what I think this connects to vertically. And that is going up inside that wall right there, in this general vicinity. Because the bathtub, which is on the other side of this wall, is a built-in, so there's like a void around it, and that's where that pipe goes up. And I think somehow that pipe goes up and then it branches off and then it goes up into here, into this stub. This stub is proving to be super stubborn, because when I go into the stub, I don't go very far, and it makes a dogleg left-hand turn. I mean, it's a 90-degree turn to the left. So, that's as far in as I get. I can get the wiggly part there on the end. See, and that's some nice stuff dripping off of there. That's just like machinist oil goo. That's exactly what that is. So anyways, this snake goes in, and then it bends over to the left, and then I don't know if it, my guess is that it bends down, kind of like that. It goes down, and then it doubles back on itself perhaps, and gets over here somehow, because from here all the way to the sewer there's nothing. So this sink pipe ties into this somehow, somewhere in there, and I'm trying everything I can to avoid tearing this vanity out and going into that wall, because I had planned to be moving in here in a week. May still be moving in here in a week, but we may be sharing a bathroom, and Mrs. Rattlecan's not going to be happy at all about that. But that's just kind of the way it goes. So I have tried the vinegar packed in there, or the baking soda packed in there with vinegar. I may do that a couple of more times, just because it's the easiest thing to do right now. Then there is, for the rest of the drains, I have found the Zep drain, let's see what it's called. I think it's called the drain clean. Here it is. Sorry for the noise. Drain care. Humidifier, sorry. So that is what we have currently in all of the other drains, especially the one in the tiny bathroom, because that one drains slow. And so we're going to do the suggested series of 3 treatments, and then we're going to do a monthly maintenance regimen as suggested by the manufacturer. Now, if my baking soda and vinegar trick doesn't do anything in like the next 2 hours or so, then we're going to have to flush as much of that baking soda and vinegar out of there as we can with some water, which, as you can imagine, is just a great pile of fun underneath that vanity and directly opposed part of a structural member of that vanity. And then we're going to get we're going to start getting this stuff in there and seeing if we can't get that opened up, because I'm all about living life, you know, the wonders of modern chemicals, as opposed to, you know, hammers and sawzalls and tearing walls and crap out. So anyways, that's what's going on. Oh, Mrs. Rattlecan is putting up things like Roman shades, and, you know, she's decorating and making things all pretty, you know, and stacking up the stacking up the built-ins and stuff, while I'm still in panic mode alpha trying to get a couple of things done. So anyways, that is what is going on. I hope you guys are having a greater, better weekend. And if you've got any comments, any ideas that you know, I haven't thought of, give me a shout, because I'll take whatever ideas you got, and we'll run with them as I see fit. Anyways, you guys have a great weekend. Cheers.